It is arguably the biggest game on planet Earth. And now this grand game enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. Coming up, a battle here in the NFL playoffs. It's the AFC champion New England Patriots and the champions of the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks. Around the globe, wherever you are, welcome to America's Great Sports Day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Super Bowl Sunday. Great to share it with you one more time, Greg. What a 2025 season, all the twists, all the turns, and it all culminates tonight here in Santa Clara.
And I think this is a matchup, Mike, that I don't know how many people had just even a couple weeks ago, but you look at the rosters, both sides of the ball, very well balanced, very well coached. So I think the biggest thing each team told us all week was, let's just handle the emotions of the pregame. Let's handle all of the lead up, because once that ball's kicked off, let's just rely on what's gotten us here, and I think we're in for a treat.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Patriots, and Greg, they are led by their second-year quarterback, the number 3 overall pick in 2024 out of North Carolina. It's Drake May.
You just can't imagine the emotions and the thoughts swirling around his head as he takes the field on this opening drive, Mike. I mean, you think of the journey they've been on, their regular season, that gauntlet of playoff games through the AFC playoffs, and now here they are. He's taking the field as the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he's 4 quarters away from living out his dream.
Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Up 2nd and 9.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Made by Julian Love. A gain of 7 yards, and it's 3rd down.
3 plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's May. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, New England.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot without question. Something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, here's May. That is caught downfield by Douglas. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And the Patriots
they'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and They get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Seahawks 14-yard line.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From out of the gun, they're going to run with Henderson. It's a good pickup on 2nd down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up.
Still 2nd down.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Still 1st down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Henderson goes over the top and into the end zone.
Touchdown, New England.
Well, after 2 weeks of anticipation, 2 weeks of scrutiny, I'm not sure if you can start a Super Bowl game any better than we just saw here, Mike. I mean, to take that ball down methodically, play after play, and end up with a touchdown, it just allows you to settle into the game, settle your entire sideline, and take a deep breath. Now it's up to the defense to go out there and try to get a stop, and you just can't start a Super Bowl any better than that.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Pats are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This will be returned from the 6. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Seahawks come out and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters. Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. That one on target to Cup. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to get going with their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Douglas in motion. Here's May to throw it on 1st down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
On 2nd down, it's May. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a 1st down.
1st down, Patriots.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down. How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. May going to look to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. And he's out of bounds, gain of about 10, so that'll help as they get set to face a 3rd down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd and short, and here is May. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
A 5-yard gain.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do. It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
And he'll get forward for a couple. Reek Woolen brings him down.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Josh Jobe brings him down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Now May. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Robert Spillane on the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
They get 16 on that connection. 1st down, Seattle.
16 yards. That's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
The 50-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and
9. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And he is out of bounds. Markham at the 25. Great run after the catch in the open field. A pickup of 24.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
2nd down, they need 3. They run with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday.
Oh my God, I can't believe what I watched.
What is this?
Why are you giving up? Why are you giving up? Come on. Seriously?
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
First down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
They'll take this one up close to the first down marker. They spot it where the slide begins. That's a pickup of about 9.
Brings up second and 2.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
That's good.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Darnold to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Caleb Chason in there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
I really like the play call. Sometimes you can catch the defense thinking run, and you can change it up on first down and go pass. The issue is, if you're the quarterback, you've got to get this ball out of your hand. It's either touchdown or out the back of the end zone into the bleachers, because you cannot afford to go backwards when you find yourself in a goal to go.
Here's Darnold. He'll get this out wide. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
He finds Hupp along the out route. And he'll take it on in. Cooper, Hupp, touchdown, Seahawks.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 10-7.
Seahawks 7.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. Maynard on 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Williams there. And that will lead to a second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and Frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Mario Douglas. A gain of 9 brings up third down.
It's going to be third. They need 1. They'll go play action with May. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big play here in the big game. 36 yards.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Henderson now on 1st and 10, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. May gonna hold on to this one. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Devin Witherspoon.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, New England.
First down, New England.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw now, May. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Leonard Williams in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's May. He'll try to run for it. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal as they convert on 3rd down.
1st and goal.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
They'll run with Henderson. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot, and now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Once more, Henderson. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, the Patriots out on top. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Time for the 2nd quarter. Patriots with the football, as they will see what they can do with this 3rd and goal. To throw is May. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, New England. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. Borregales now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Patriots will get out in front 17-7.
Patriots 17, Seahawks 7.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Cooper Kupp heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. It's Walker to start the drive. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Jack Gibbons.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw is Darnold. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
Their own 30-yard line.
The Patriots offense ready to get back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. Throwing now is May. Has completed to Douglas. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right 3rd. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll go underneath to Henderson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Pickup on the play.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd down, 3 to go. From out of the gun, here's May. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
22 yards.
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
That one taken in by Douglas. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
Oftentimes in the NFL, Mike, blitzing a good quarterback can kind of be feast or famine, because what you do is you actually speed up their process of identifying the open target. So in this case, it's an underneath safety outlet, but the reason he went there so fast...
He's going to go into the end zone, but he may have gotten a little help along the way. This one's coming back. So holding is the call, and take that touchdown off the board. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, it's Henderson. A short gain there, down to the 11.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots.
Touchdown, New England.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass, results in the touchdown pass. But really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The extra point now for Borregales. He's got it, and the Pats up their lead. It's now 24-7.
24. Seahawks 7.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. It was Milton Williams that time to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
15 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 2.
It's not often that you see a running back be the one that the defense decides to double team in the passing game, but to me, this feels like the defense was tipped off. They knew what was coming. They knew where the quarterback was going with the ball, and they were able to put a stop to this one really before it got going.
He'll get this out to the left flat, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
1st down.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the hoe, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day. I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat. They've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This one from 54 yards out. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will remain a 3-score game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Begin it on the ground with Henderson. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Keep your head up.
That's on the 4th overall pick, Will Campbell. On the ground, it's Henderson. Jefferson to start this drive. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Back at the 30-yard line.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
On second down, it's May. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
To number 8.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Third and long. Now, May. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And that'll set up fourth down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on third and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the fourth down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up fourth and a mile.
The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Christian Gonzalez comes in for the tackle.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. He'll get this out to his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. The open man is Smith and Jigba. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. A throw on the move is caught.
To number 38. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and
8. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Darnold to throw again. He'll get this complete to Walker. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Patriots' 6-yard line.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
At the 3-yard line.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Seahawks are back within 2 scores.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Myers back out there, had the field goal a moment ago, now set to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Patriots offense ready to get back at it. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Henderson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 31. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Once more, it's Henderson. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back for more on Super Bowl Sunday. After this, here comes 3rd and 6. To throw now, May. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's Bryce Behringer now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now, Darnold. He takes off.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
It is 2nd and 9. Here's Darnold. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
First down.
A big play here in the big game. And even 30 yards. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. In motion is Barner. To throw on 1st down is Darnold. Hupp brings it in left side.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here's 2nd and 2. Darnold now to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Darnold to the air once more. There's a short one taken in by Barner. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this 1st half.
At the 18-yard line.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's Darnold again. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
The ball comes out. One of the Patriots has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Patriots offense going to get it one final time in this 1st half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
So 2 quarters down here in Santa Clara, the Super Bowl 60 halftime. Straight ahead with Scott Hansen.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Two quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Running left, it is Walker. Threw him up the sideline at the 45. And he is out of bounds.
It's a gain of 20.
Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
That one swung out wide to Walker. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. That one on target to Cup. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Motion, chase in!
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
36. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Patriots' 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Darnold. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline.
It's a gain of 20.
And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
Seahawks.
23 yards on that pass play. First down, Seattle.
So I really like the decision here that you're going to throw the ball to one of your big tight ends, but it's the personnel grouping that you do it out of. Bring as many big bodies onto the field as possible. Stay with the passing game, and you're able to find one of those big tight ends for a first down.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
Second down, they need 3. Here's Walker. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here, and he will have gives the Seahawks first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. Most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the full.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
It's now
that 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will cut into that lead.
Seahawks 13.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. On the return, Travion Henderson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, here's May. Flushed to his right. He elects to go down to the ground and give himself up.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 2. The zone read, a give to Henderson. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, they go back to Henderson. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henderson. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence there on the stop.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Third and 7. From out of the gun, here's May. Pass completed to Douglas. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They get 21 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Ray Stevenson, the ball carrier. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 6. They'll go again here with Stevenson. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Here we go. Working out of the gun. It's May. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, New England.
A gain of 12. First down, Patriots.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
On the coverage.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Pats will extend their lead.
Seahawks 13.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. throw, right side, home in by Cup.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, it's Walker. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A gain of 16 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
Seahawks first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
And this is where the timing of these passing game, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example.
And that ball intercepted. It's Christian Gonzalez. And the Patriots are going to get the football at their own 40.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing is May. He's found his receiver, Butte. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
The Seahawks offense headed back to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Darnold. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Low. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Seattle.
First down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot without question. Something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Shaheed in motion. To throw is Darnold. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 14
He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
First and 10.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Darnold to throw. That's complete. It's JSN. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Up 3rd and 13.
To throw again is Darnold. A ball deep for the end zone. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And that one doinks off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Seahawks are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Stevenson. And he'll take this to about the 28. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd down, they need 7. Douglas in motion. He'll get this out wide. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
First down, Patriots.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's now second.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Throwing on second down. May. They'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the fourth from Santa Clara after this. 3rd and 11. Here's May again. He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. Here's May. Pass caught right side by Henry. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, New England.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here's 2nd and 9. May gonna look to throw. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
7-yard gain on the play.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
A gain of a yard. It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Andres Borregales.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. To throw on first down is Darnold. In trouble, and down he goes.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Darnold now to throw. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Gain of 5. 3rd and 10.
It is 3rd and 10. Now Darnold. Got it with Smith in Jigba. 13 yards on that pass play. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's good.
A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. In motion is Barner. Darnold to throw on first down. This one complete to Bobo. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
On 2nd down, Walker. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves 1st and goal.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
Darnold's pass complete to number 36. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Here's Darnold. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line. Jason getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it third and goal.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that second down sack brings up third and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Taking off, and he will score! Game on! Sam Darnold, touchdown Seattle. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good, and the Seahawks will cut the deficit to 7.
Patriots 30, Seahawks 23.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Patriots offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. May. Sure pass caught by Henry to tight end. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, it's Stevenson. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From out of the gun, here's May. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. Gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Patriots.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
On the give, this is Stevenson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
He's brought down
nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on
These
the play.
edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. On second down, it's May. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
Throwing on third down is May. 16-yard pickup on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New England.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
A good spot here, second and a yard. We'll go right back to Stevenson. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, New England. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Borregales now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Patriots will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
37, Seahawks 23.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed.
Well, they pretty much need a touchdown on this possession, and I think if I'm the defensive coordinator, the fine line you have to find, Mike, is I know I don't want to give up a deep shot, but I also don't want to just play prevent defense and give up too much underneath. So just continue to find that balance, make them go the long way, and just bleed this clock.
On second down, it's Darnold. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. That gets him to 100 yards exactly after that reception and gets his team a first down.
At the 40-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up
just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Darnold to the air once more. He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. That one's broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball to tie his point, but come down with the pick.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. The Patriots offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation, use as much clock as possible, up a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
And in motion, it's Diggs. A run here with Stevenson. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll find his tight end, that's Henry. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
The 6-yard line.
Timeout Seahawks, that is their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Stevenson. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Now Seattle will use the final timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
And goal.
Stevenson. And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain. That's a full.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
But the fullback trying to power it home. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. The offense staying put. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run for it. It's Stevenson. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Ramondre Stevenson. Touchdown, Patriots. That his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The extra point now for Borregales. It's up and good. And the Pats tack on one more to their lead.
Seahawks 23.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Darnold now on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Second and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Now he's just going to flip this forward. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
That's a gain of 6.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field,
he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. Good work to get the 1st down, and Greg, maybe good fortune that they're able to keep possession after the fumble.
And I know where his mind is, Mike. He's so focused on getting that 1st down, which he does a great job getting, but it can't come at the expense of protecting the ball. Now, in this case, he's very fortunate. He loses the ball, but it ends up going out of bounds.
That one swung out wide to Walker, and he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack, but there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
Darnold to throw again. He'll get this complete to Walker. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
3rd and short yard, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Caleb Chason, he gets in for another one, and that ties a Super Bowl record, his 3rd sack of the game. The offense staying out there for this fourth down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. It's complete. He's got Cup. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
And the Seahawks.
The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
43-yard line.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for fourth down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense. And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike, and just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
Here we go. One final play. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. And there it is. The new record holder for most Super Bowl wins is the New England Patriots, champions for the 7th time. Well, a fitting ending to a great NFL season, all culminating here in the Super Bowl. And Greg, I think we can say the best team won the title.